So now as a teacher, I give a new instruction. I say to students, listen to your body and reflect on if what your body is telling you is habit, is coming from outside pressure, or might be misguided. So I know for a long time I had this habit of telling my students, just listen to your body. And it felt like the right thing to say. But after a while, I started to observe what students were choosing to do with their bodies and to reflect on that own instruction and how it affected me in my practice. And I began to realize that listening to our body is not enough, because sometimes our body is not telling us the right thing to do. And that might sound a little shocking, especially if you've been practicing yoga for a while and that instruction feels like a nurturing one, which it definitely can be. But take, for example, deep stretches. I know for me, I love to hold deep stretches for a long time. So if you tell me to listen to my body is saying, stay in this hip opener. But what I didn't realize was that staying in deep stretches for such a long time were actually harming my body. I injured my hamstring by overstretching it. I destabilized my lower back. So now as a teacher, I give a new instruction. I say to students, listen to your body and reflect on if what your body is telling you is habit, is coming from outside pressure, or might be misguided. So our ultimate goal is to be able to trust what our body is telling us. But we have to do the ongoing work of peeling away the layers of, well, I thought that a yoga pose is supposed to look this way, so I'm going to interpret that my body wants to do it this way. Or I think that this is the right way to do it. I often talk about in my life, my body will often guide me to do certain things, like eat another slice of chocolate cake or yell at my children. That's not necessarily the best choice in the moment. So we want to notice what feels natural and slightly challenge it, because sometimes correcting our yoga pose so that we have more stability, for example, feels unnatural because we're used to sitting into our front hip. Sometimes staying in something longer feels unnatural because we're used to pulling out really quickly. And for me, I think that what yoga can do is challenge the things that we assume to be correct or we assume to be our limits with compassion. And if as a teacher, I'm not gently inviting my students to really check in with what they think is their intuition, it's a missed opportunity to help them challenge some of their internalized habits and beliefs and assumptions about their own body, as well as what it means to be a good yogi, which is a whole misconception in and of itself.